What's up guys, Eric with Verus Engineering, and today we're going to be doing a quick little install on our Toyota Supra. We have some flappy paddles that we designed. Specifically for this car, these are full replacement units. They are designed, machined, programmed, anodized, not laser, yes, laser etched. All in America. We did this all, for the most part, in-house besides the anodizing, and they're pretty cool units in our opinion. Basically, these are 5-axis CNC milled on our DMGs, and they are produced out of 6061 T6 aluminum. Ultimately, we went with a little bit larger shape and size, and then we made it really nice and curvy and, at least in our opinion, aesthetically pleasing. These are going to come in 4 anodized colors: red, blue, black, and silver. And then we're going to install them on our car here shortly. They are full replacement units. They do not stick on, so full replacement, which is kind of cool. The install is hopefully not going to be too difficult. I'm going to try and make it pretty easy for you guys. So we're going to go on like a 3 or 4 out of 10 scale as far as easy goes. I'm going to walk you through it and we'll do it together. The units will come pre-installed with the 2-piece. It is a 2-piece design, and they are going to come pre-installed with those parts together. We're going to assemble them here for you guys, and then we have a little logo there. We have some very specific ball marks so that you get a little bit of haptic feedback while you're shifting on and off track. And yeah, let's get to the install. As far as tools required, we need a 10mm on a ratchet. That's for the battery. I used a small Phillips to depress a pin, or I don't know, press out a pin. You could use probably a small Allen wrench or something similar. Small flathead, and then a T25 Torx. All right, so first part of the install is getting access to the battery. We're actually going to disconnect the battery because we're working with the airbags this time. I know we always recommend removing or disconnecting the battery. This time, it's mandatory. I would not do this install with the battery connected, so let's get in here. Let's remove the negative side of that battery terminal, and then we can actually move towards doing the install itself. So it's right here. We're gonna pop up this guy. There's the battery. We're gonna take off the negative side. Something I'm gonna do to make sure that the trunk doesn't shut, and I don't know if there's a quick release. There's probably there's a safety release. So you can always get the trunk open afterwards, but I'm not gonna deal with it. So I'm gonna go like that and then shut the trunk. And then it's actually not gonna shut. Your call on that one. You do you. All right, so this is the least fun part of the install. We're basically gonna have to pull off this airbag to get to some bolts, I believe. Please keep in mind that these are supposed to be the OEM ones. These were prototypes. Anyway, there's gonna be 2 spots. They're like right here. And I will get a close-up of that here shortly. They're like little locations that you can slip a small screwdriver through. And we're basically gonna be pushing some springs that are in here to actually get them to release the airbag. And I will do that real quick, struggle on camera so you guys can see me struggle. So, this is the lower side. This is how it's oriented in the car. Bottom side is here. And basically what you're trying to do with the screwdriver is come in here. Let's try and frickin' focus. There we go. And you actually push this, which actually releases this and this. So like, let's see in there. All right, as you push this, and that's what you're trying to do. So you're basically pushing this and this one inward at the same time, and then that moves all the springs. It's pretty freaking cool, but makes install really fun. All right, so that's the airbag out. So that's where the screwdriver comes through, and you again, you don't want it this way. You want it this way. All right, so we're back in here. We got a T25 Torx right there. And then we're also going to have to get this little blue connector off. All right, so that's what we're going to do real quick. And we'll be right back. Just like that, we have the factory unit back. All right, so if you can look really closely, there's a little pin right there on this side. It's a little bit smaller right there. You can use probably a lot of things, but we're going to use a tiny screwdriver. We're going to basically push that out. Just like that. This comes apart. And my recommendation is actually pulling it apart this way so that everything doesn't fall apart. So we're going to pull that pin. And then you push the bottom part towards, I don't know. All right, let's see here. So the pin is on this side. Pin is on this side. We're actually going to push it that way and then pull up on the rear. So push it that way and then kind of come up at like a 45-degree angle-ish. And there you go. And that's to make sure that all of this stuff doesn't fall apart. So there's that part, there's a spring, and then there's that rubber piece. And that's what really can fall. So if everything falls out, there's 3 pieces that you really need to pay attention to, and that's how they go back together. All right, so we're going to go back together, repeat order. I'm going to try and go in at a roughly 45-degree angle. Push that back down. It is a little bit tighter. And slide that in. We got that in, and this is going to slide down like so. Flush again, and then you can hear it. All right, so now that we have the, I don't even know what you want to call it, the electronic part of the flappy paddle on our machined aluminum units, you're basically going to reinstall in reverse order, torque those T25s to not crazy tight. It's going into plastic, please be careful. I basically still used that screwdriver, and I didn't even use a ratchet, so I just kind of went pretty dang tight on that. And then ultimately plug in the battery, and then the car will be basically ready to go. Make sure that all electrical connectors are plugged back in as you reinstall everything. To put that airbag on, you're basically just going to press it on, and it clips into place really nicely. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the quick little install of our flappy paddles for your Toyota Supra. If you want any other products or content, please be sure to comment and like and subscribe and all that jazz. Until next time.